Hello everybody and welcome to this week's edition of Trick Tip. My name is Andre Gretorp and today we will be looking at shift queuing. The number one thing you have to ask yourself is, what is shift queuing and what is it good for? Why do we need to learn it? Well, it's very important and we're going to look at the uses for it right now. Alright, so what is shift queuing? Well, I'm going to go into the real world for a little bit. Don't worry, everything's safe. I'm going to go there really quickly though. Let's say I'm your boss, and I want you to get TPS reports done, and then right after that, I want you to meet with some consultants. After that, I want you to fix a broken fax machine, and last but not least, I want you to buy new staplers. I just gave you one order, I guess a set of orders, and I gave it to you right now, but you know what to do. You know how to do it in succession. That's what you want to do for your StarCraft units. So let's say I have a Marine. I want to send it to the top left, and then to the top right, and then the bottom right, and then finally attack something. You can do that with one set of input. We're going to look a little bit more into that, but the basic way you do that is you hold the shift key. So you do the same actions, but you just hold shift, and it'll queue up everything. Let's go ahead and go to the keyboard to check out more of this. Alright, let's take a look at shift queuing really quickly. Let's say I want to move this over here, again to the top left, and then over here to the top right. I have to wait until it gets there, and then again I have to wait until it gets there. Now I'm going to hold shift. Now watch how it looks, okay? I tell it to go over there, then a shift queue over here, and it shows that green dot. And this is the destination points, and you can see how it goes in order. So I'm just making this big circle. And now the infestor knows where to go every single time. Look, I'm not even doing anything. No hands. Easy. See? It's magic. I'm not even using my hands. The infestor's still going, man. That's the power of shift queuing. Okay, so where is this used? I've used it in scouting, drops, engagements, casting spells, focus firing. There's running away. There's so many different ways. There's a myriad of ways you can use this to improve your StarCraft 2 skill. What we're going to focus on right now is casting units specifically. And we're going to look at that because I think it has the most utility. Not only that, it looks boss, man. So let's go ahead and take a look at all three of the races and how we can use shift queuing with casting units. So let's start this off with Infestors, the Zerg race. I have 7 Infestors right here against 11 Stalkers. They're over here. As you can see, they're somewhere. There they are. First, I'm not going to do shift queuing, and I wanted to really show you the differences, okay? First, let's go ahead and do it. I hold T, and then I just go ahead and click as fast as I can. And you can see, you know, it's coming out at a pretty reasonable rate. I mean, it's really, really nice. But it does take a while, and you can see the Stalkers do manage to die, of course. There's just so many infested Terran. All right, so now we're going to look at shift queuing and see the applications. Now, theoretically, we saw all those infested Terrans just pop out one after another, and you saw it was a very linear fashion. We want all of these infested Terrans to pop out at the same time, and you can accomplish that by shift queuing. Alright, so we're going to shift up these units just to give me a little bit more time, and now you hold shift, you hold T, and just spam that left click as much as possible! Just keep going. And what's going to happen is all the infested Terrans are going to pop out at the same time. Just watch. It's a thing of beauty. Big difference between shift queuing and not shift queuing. Alright, so you can definitely see the differences. The first time we had, you know, infested Terrans coming out one by one. The second time we had all of them coming out at the same time. That's huge. That's a lot more DPS. Everything's just a lot more fluid. Because you get to attack with one punch, it's a lot stronger than just constantly flick, 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 flick. It doesn't all make a lot of sense. So use shift queue with that. We're going to go look at the Protoss race, specifically feedback and how it can be used with shift queue. Let's take a look right now. Alright, so we have a very unsuspecting Terran. You can see this Terran has 4 ghosts over here against a single High Templar. The difference is quite drastic, but we have a little trick up our sleeves because we have shift queuing. Now this Terran is very unsuspecting. They don't know this is coming. All I have to do is hold F. You can see feedback. The hotkey is F. So I hold F, I hold shift, and now I just click on every single one of these. Watch what happens. It's a blink of an eye, and every ghost is dead. The power of shift queuing. Now, we checked out Protoss and Zerg. Protoss had an awesome ability, the feedback Q, where we were able to kill so many ghosts in the blink of an eye. Our other example was with Infested Terrans and Infestors. You saw the huge contrast in how fast those Infested Terrans were able to pop out. Now we're going to move on to the Terran race, where we look at the Ghost and Snipe. Snipe has the ability to do 25 damage to any biological unit and double that to any psionic unit. Let's take a look at what we can do with shift queuing. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the Ghost. Let's first start without shift queuing. So we're going to hold R for Snipe, and then we're going to go ahead and snipe these units. Let's go ahead and do it. 2 for every one. And I'm clicking as fast as I possibly can. You can see Infestors die very, very fast to this snipe ability. Let's go ahead and check out how it's used if we're going to shift queue it. So I'm going to first go get vision and watch. I'm going to now shift queue and double R on every single one. Watch this stark contrast. That is the power of shift queuing. God, that's so sick, right? Now, how awesome is that? Not only the Terran and the Protoss and Zerg have these instantaneous things with shift queue, you're now able to basically surprise all your opponents, maybe even your friends whenever you're playing against them. It's a really cool, I almost want to say flashy thing to do. That's practical. That's the coolest thing about it. I killed all those Infestors in the blink of an eye. I killed all those Ghosts in the blink of an eye. I popped out all those Infested Terrans in the blink of an eye. What if they weren't Stalkers? What if it was like a whole base, a Nexus? What if it was, 10 Ghosts just sitting there, and I have 3 High Templars that kill every single one of them? That's game-changing. And that's why we teach it to you guys. That was Trick Tips. It's shift queuing with casting units. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please email me at gretorp@nasl.tv if you have any questions. But until next time, catch you guys later.